Right then, back to the Subaru Impreza RB5. So the first real step now is full service. So we've brought the car over to APT, Automotive Performance Tuning, based just outside of Norfolk, and they look after all of our Japanese stuff. So we've brought the car in here. Now we've not done anything to the car as of yet. We've literally gave it a very quick clean and stuck it on our trailer, brought it across for the service. In preparation for it coming over here, what we've done, as you'll see here, just wrapped the gear knob, handbrake handle, steering wheel, which you will have seen on the previous video, and obviously fitted a seat cover. So now it's here, what's going to happen is the car's going to have full service. That's all fluids, filters, and just a major check over really, with the car not being used much. It's certainly worth having everything checked. So it's going to have all the fluids, all the oils, engine oil, gearbox, diff, brake fluid will be flushed, coolant will be flushed, fuel filter, air filter, just basically go through the whole car and make sure everything is as it should be. As I mentioned before, we're going to leave the original tyres on, just from a collector's point of view. And the reason we come to APT is they're a very well known Japanese specialists. They built championship winning time attack cars. They do general servicing on Japanese cars, very knowledgeable, and so anything from a service to a full race car build really. So yeah, they look after all of our Japanese stuff. That's our Evos, our Subarus, anything at all that fits their criteria. And the other reason we come to APT is they're very careful. They know the rarity of a car like this. They understand condition and rarity, so we trust them with our vehicles. And so hopefully in the next couple of days the car will be finished, and then what we'll do from there is, if the weather permits, I'll probably drive the car back to base, just again to check for anything that's not quite right. It's one thing servicing a car, it's another driving it. You can tend to find issues that you might not see whilst doing servicing works. So yeah, I'll probably drive the car back and just make sure that I'm happy with how it drives, everything is as it should be, which I'm sure it will. Right then, so we've just collected the car from APT after having the service done, and as already mentioned, they've gone through the car and they've given it a full service, but also sort of checked through everything that they can whilst under the car or in the car. So belts, fluids, filters, everything's been done, and it's had a full health report. Gary APT's been through and said he's very happy with the car. He noticed a dust cover was missing off one of the brake caliper bleed nipples, and that was about all he could find fault with, which is quite promising. So that's that done, and I'm now driving it back. And the reason for driving it back rather than trailering it back is you get a bit of a feel for the car, and if there's any problems with the car, anything you're not quite happy with, when you service a car excuse me, and check it, you can check everything as much as you like, but if you don't drive it, there's still faults that could be on a car that you would never find. So yeah, there's been a sunny day. It's not now typically, but it has been a sunny day all day, so it's nice and dry. Been no salt on the roads for quite a while now, so decided to drive it back, and it's a good job I did. The only issue that I've found with the car driving it back, which I noticed as soon as we left and was half expecting, to be honest, is the rear offside tyre's got a flat spot. It's maybe deflated at some point whilst it's been stored away, and it's sat there for a while, or indeed it's not deflated but it's been sat in the same spot for 16 years, and you are then going to get a flat spot. So we now know that we need to advise anyone who's interested in buying the car, if it's to be driven, then the original tyres need to come off. As I mentioned before, we won't take the original tyres off. It's from a collector's point of view and an investment point of view. 8 times out of 10 a collector would want the original tyres to be left on because they're not going to drive it anyway. They'll sit away in a collection. If they do drive it, or take it anywhere, sorry, they're probably going to put it on a trailer. And also, I find that tyres are quite, a personal choice. We can put, for example, some Goodyear Eagle F1s on here, and someone would say, well, I wanted Pilot Sport 4s. Or you've got the other end of the spectrum where people don't care what's on it and they just put cheap budgets on, but we wouldn't do that. So we'd leave it to the customer, we'd give them the choice. But other than that, really good, to be honest. Right then guys, welcome back to the RB5. You've obviously seen the first few stages, that being collection and a little walk round of how the car was when we collected the car, and you've also seen it go through the servicing stage. So what we're doing now is showing you the car complete. This is now finished. It's just been photographed by our photographer, ready for me to create a sales advert on our website. So once it came back from the service, it was a case of going through the interior, just basically cleaning the interior. As you can see, with a low mileage car, it is just a case of cleaning. I'm sort of fairly anal when it comes to cleaning, to be honest. I get a little bit carried away, shall we say. But as you can see, sometimes it is worth it. You can see here, see if you can see the condition of the steering wheel from this side. As you'd expect with the mileage, it's cleaned up really nicely. And same in the back. You'll notice it's got the original RB5 mats in the rear. In the front it has got Subaru rubber mats, and the RB5 mats are in the boot. So once that was done, we did the boot area and the engine bay. So I shall show you both of them now. Let's start off with the boot. Pop the bonnet whilst we're in there. As I mentioned, there's the original mats, and you've got the Subaru boot mat as well. Obviously, we go through, we do all the shuts, we do every sort of little nook and cranny. We try not to miss anything off. So now we'll show you the engine bay. Heavy bonnet. And as you can see, it is lovely underneath there. And then the underside of the bonnet itself as well. And once that was done, we then put the car onto our ramp, remove the wheels, and we clean underneath the car, all in the wheel arches, all the suspension components, and give the underside a bit of a wipe down as well. This car was undersealed when it was new, so it does have underseal, so we're not cleaning it to concourse standards here because of the underseal still applied underneath, so it's not possible. Obviously clean inside the wheels, clean the tyres, and then put them back on. Once that was done, we had Stuart from Vehicle Detailing Services come across and give the car just a very light machine polish, just to really bring back the gloss, if you like. There was no nasty marks, no real swirls to talk of. Maybe just a few small marks, swirls from poor cleaning in the past. But so that's been machine polished now, and as you can see, it's got a great shine, and it's free of any swirls, any cleaning marks. and obviously the windows inside and out, and then it was ready for sale. So the car's been pictured today, and we'll probably get them pictures back from the photographer tomorrow, and we'll try and get it on our site for tomorrow. And so that's just a bit of a guide to what we do when preparing low mileage cars. Maybe not the most interesting video to some, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what we do and the extent of how far we go with them. Thanks for watching.